Yeah, howdy y'all. Handy Redneck here. It's about a quarter to 8 on, let's see, 17 April 2019. 62 degrees out, and we still got light somewhat. So I figured, well, some of the plants are starting to get big enough real leaves on them that we might consider time to protect them. And what I'm talking about is our coal crops, our what you call cabbage and Brussels sprouts and whatnot. So what we got here is we got some netting, and we're just gonna fit this over it and see how she works. I don't think this netting is actually going to be wide enough for one piece to stretch all the way over. I don't know. I could be a liar. Wouldn't be the first time I was incorrect. And what we're going to do, or try to do, is drape this over. Now this end down here's got some pretty big holes in it. So we're going to pull it further down and try to place it to where those holes ain't there. And I'll show you those holes here in a second. Okay, I think what we want to do is use a little bit of baling twine. It's the cordage that was left on the that was left over after we spread out all this straw. So I'm thinking we're going to take us a couple pieces of this and kind of drape it, not too tight, but between the two arches, and try to give us a little tint. Now again, we ain't pulling this tight. We're just kind of draping it over a little bit. So our netting is actually up above and not laying on the plants. It's looking pretty good so far. Hey, move. Okay. I'll bring you over and show you those holes I was telling you about. If I can find them. Ah, there's one. I don't know if you can see that hole or not. That's about a two-inch rip down it. But we ain't gonna worry about that right now. What I did is I tried to make sure it was draped down the long edges fairly even. And I don't know if you can see it or not. It's about that mid-ridge line down both sides. Now we're going to do something that you may have seen when we had plastic on this. We bring our hoses back out. And with these hoses, again, we just wrap them around. Now I got this clear hose, but you can use old garden hose just the same over your pipe or whatnot. And I'm using this one primarily to just hold it in place so the wind don't get it. Now this extra down here at the bottom, we'll gather that up and tuck it in. We'll gather it up and tuck it in and put a brick or something on it to hold it there. Trying to get you. Now, I got a, looks like a mustard green. Could be an old kale, because I did spread kale and collards and mustard greens all around the yard last fall, and this could be one of them. It ain't hurting nothing, so I'm letting it grow. Alright, now we go down to the other end. And I don't know if you can see it or not, but yeah, that netting is hanging down. Now as you can see down here, we got a wad of it down here too, but that's okay. Again, we'll put a piece of wood or something on it to hold it down. The main part of this is, especially with the broccoli and kale that's in here, this screen, netting, whatever you want to call it, that we're putting over it, isn't going to block too much light. What it is going to block is the cabbage worm, or the cabbage moth, however you want to say it, because they're going to try to come down and fly down in here to the brassicas, the Brussels sprouts and the kale, and they ain't going to be able to get down there, so they ain't going to be able to lay their eggs, and thus we will not have any little cabbage worms to worry about. Now, oh, I got the old tractor tires I think I'll use for now. You know, that's the redneck way. We don't throw stuff away. So what we're doing, we're gathering it up, pulling it somewhat tight, but not too tight, because we don't need it really tight on there. You know, we just don't want it flying away. And there we go. We've got us a tinted garden bed now, and that should protect that bed from the cabbage worms. Now, we ain't too concerned with this bed right now. Hang on a minute, I gotta sneeze. Hey, shoo! Woo! We ain't too concerned with this bed right now about blooms or anything, about anything getting pollinated, because the only things that's in there that will need pollinated won't be blooming until later in the summer, well after most of the kale and the Brussels sprouts is ate up. So with that, this is a handy redneck. I'll talk at y'all later.